Well, we're getting you ready for a big fight that's going to break out tomorrow over the CBO's new estimates just coming out on the GOP's health care replacement bill. The CBO says the legislation could reduce the federal deficit by $337 billion over the next 10 years, but it could cause people to forego insurance by choice. Careful wording here. We're being careful with the language here. Let's bring in former Representative Dr. Ron Paul. Dr. Paul, it's so good to see you.
Thank you.
Let's stay on this idea that you're going to see a lot of talking points tomorrow. You're going to see Democrats tomorrow saying there are going to be 14 million people without insurance coverage next year under the GOP bill. Missing in that nuance, sir, is a very important point. What the CBO is saying is that they could not buy insurance because that Obamacare mandate tax goes away. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think even if they were sincere and apolitical, I don't think they're capable of making those kind of predictions because there's a lot of variables out there. We have a bureaucratic monster that we're trying to get rid of, and we're trying to transition into something more market-oriented. And it depends on what the individual can do. You can't predict human action. They may or may not do it. But if the rules change where insurance companies could be insurance companies and not dictated to in what they have to sell, and they were allowed to sell across state borders, and people were allowed to organize in groups. Who knows what the results would be? But the truth is that you can't make predictions like this. It depends on so much on what is available. The one thing is, people are misled when they talk about the insurance that existed. Once the government gets involved, they destroy the whole principle of insurance on measuring risk. So you should be able to buy insurance where you're measuring risk, and you shouldn't be, when you're 65, be forced to pay for OB care. That kind of thing is just total nonsense. But it's going to be very tough overcoming the political demagogues, because it's going to be wholesale from now on, especially from those who want to keep Obamacare.
So you're saying essentially those 14 million could actually turn around and use the tax credits and buy insurance. Is that what you're saying, sir?
Oh, yeah. If they do the right things where they make it more available, what if there's the savings account? Why wouldn't people say, hey, this is the best chance in the world. No mandates, dictates, expensive, and I can go back to my doctor again, and all these things. You might have a tremendous surge in it, but it's unpredictable because we don't know what the final version will be. But I know the Republicans would like to see more competition with the insurance company and, easier to purchase the insurance. And if that happened, I think savings accounts would be very, very important. But, those individuals who love government medicine and they love total control, they don't want competition. And some of the drug companies, insurance companies, and others, they like protection from the government. But the competition is the secret to it, and that's the big thing that we don't know what will come of all this. But it could be absolutely different than what the CBO is saying. You could have a lot more people insured if you make it competitive and people make their own choices and change a few of the rules on the insurance business.